Welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're looking at installing patterns in Illustrator. Now, as usual, I'm using some Design Cuts assets in this video tutorial, and the assets today are the Pattern Punch 50 Vector Patterns set by Greta Ivy, and these are some really lovely whimsical patterns. So to get started, obviously you'll be downloading your patterns, and let's go to my downloads folder and locate my Pattern Punch set. I'll double click on the zip file. Now on a Mac, that's pretty much all you have to do to unzip the files. On a PC, you're going to need to select to extract all the files, and that will just extract everything into a folder that you can then get access to them from. I'm going to close all of this down and swing across to Illustrator, and I'll navigate to where I just downloaded those patterns to, and there's a whole series of Pattern Punch patterns here, and you'll select the one that for your version of Illustrator. I'm using CC 2019, so I'm selecting the CC version. So with it selected, I'll click Open. Now when you open your file, you'll see that you get a picture of each of the pattern swatches and some instructions. What you're going to do if you want to have access to all of these patterns in future is to go straight to your Swatches panel. And the designer here has given you a really neat and tidy Swatches panel. There's nothing excess in here. You always have to have none, you always have to have registration, and everything else in this panel is just the patterns. Now, if there were other things in here, such as color swatches, then you would just remove those if you don't want to save them into this pattern swatch. I like to keep my pattern swatches nice and tidy. So to be able to access these patterns in future, we'll go to the flyout menu and choose Save Swatch Library as AI. Now, it has to be AI, not ASE. AI is the format that you use to save patterns. So let's go and select that, and Illustrator opens up the location in which it expects you to save your swatches. So I can just leave mine called Pattern Punch Patterns and click Save. And now I can go ahead and close this Pattern Punch Patterns file. But of course we now have to deal with the situation as to how we're going to access those patterns in future. Let's create a brand new file. So I'll just go and select to create a file, and when I go to the Swatches panel, well, none of those patterns are available in the Swatches panel, and that's to be expected. That's not the way that Illustrator works. So if we want to have access to those patterns since we've installed them where Illustrator expects to find them, we just have to go and tell Illustrator we want to use them. Now we can do that from the Libraries menu here or from the flyout menu, it doesn't matter which. So let's try the Libraries menu, and we're going to User Defined. And all we need do is to locate the patterns that we just saved in the pattern list, or the patterns that we want to use, obviously. So let's go and get our Pattern Punch patterns. And this opens up a small panel with all of these patterns here. So what I'll do at this point is click on the first pattern swatch and shift click on the last pattern swatch so that they're all selected, and I'll just drag them into the Swatches panel, and now they're all added to this particular document. Now if I didn't need all of them, I could just bring across those that I did need, and now they're accessible and ready to be used in this document. So let's go and create a rectangle. Let's just target the fill first. I'll drag out a rectangle, go to the Swatches panel, and just select the pattern that I want to use. So that's how to install and use patterns in Illustrator. You just need to add the patterns to your Swatches panel for that particular document. I hope that you've enjoyed learning these Illustrator techniques. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this tutorial. Until next time, I'm Helen Bradley for Design Cuts.